The Thomas way. Montague is a little green tank engine, but everyone calls him Duck because the other engines used to say he waddled. Before Duck came to the island of Sodor, he worked on the mainland, on the Great Western Railway. Duck always works hard, and he always does things the Great Western way. One morning, Harold the helicopter was rescuing some climbers from the rocks near Callan Castle.
Hang on, chaps! I'll have you down in no time!
He picked up the climbers and flew them to safety. But when he went to take off again,
Oh no! My rotors are jammed! I can't take off!
so Duck was called to Callan Castle. The fat controller was waiting for him.
Duck, you are to take Harold to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre to be repaired.
Yes, sir. But, sir, I'm so tall, and my floats are so wide. How can I travel by rail? I don't want to bash into things.
Don't worry, Harold. Thomas will be Duck's back engine. He'll keep an eye out to make sure you will fit through any low or narrow gaps.
Now, don't be sad, Harold. We'll get you there in no time.
I know, Duck. I just like being up in the sky. You'll see things differently up there.
As they were traveling along, an idea flew into Thomas's funnel.
Duck, I know how we can make Harold feel better. We can show him all the sights of Sodor from the ground.
That sounds like fun.
But Duck wasn't so keen.
There's only two ways to do things, Thomas. The Great Western Way and the wrong way. The Great Western Way is to go directly and promptly to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre without dilly-dallying.
And without any fun.
Thomas! Narrow bridge!
Okay, you're clear. Maybe we could take you past the animal park, Harold. You could see all the animals close up.
That would be nice.
Sorry, Harold, but the animal park is not on our way.
I know. We could take Harold across the Sodor suspension bridge.
I must say, that sounds very exciting.
But it's still not on our way. We must take you directly and promptly to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre. It's the Great Western Way.
Duck was sticking to the Great Western Way, and that was that. This made Thomas cross.
Harold, I really want to show you Knapford Station, but I don't think Duck will let me.
Then Thomas had another idea.
Duck, I forgot to tell you. We need to go to Knapford Station. We have to collect the engineer who's going to fix Harold.
All right, Thomas. If we need to go to Knapford Station, we must go there directly and promptly.
So Duck headed toward Knapford Station.
Oh my! Look at that!
Just wait till you see inside. It's... Stop!
What's the matter?
Just stop! Sorry, but Harold's too tall to go into the station.
But...
Express coming through! Helicopter on the line? Harold's too wide to let me come out. Now I'll never be on time.
The Fat Controller couldn't believe his eyes.
Duck, Thomas, what are you doing here?
We have to collect the engineer who's going to fix Harold, sir.
What nonsense! The engineer is waiting for Harold at the search and rescue centre.
Thomas?
Oh.
Now, Duck was cross with Thomas.
You tricked me, Thomas. But from now on, we will be sticking to the Great Western way of doing things. We will be going...
Directly and promptly to the search and rescue centre. I wish I could have shown you more things, Harold.
Don't worry, Thomas. You tried.
Thomas looked up ahead. He could see they were approaching a tunnel. He knew that Harold's rotors were too wide to fit through.
Stop, Duck. We need to go the other way.
I'm not falling for another one of your tricks, Thomas.
But, Duck, look out! Duck, stop!
Harold's blades were wedged against the tunnel walls. The engines knew they couldn't move Harold any further without help. Soon, engineers arrived to free Harold. Then the Fat Controller arrived as well. He was very cross.
Oh, Harold needs even more repair. You two have caused confusion and delay twice in one day. I hope you have learned your lesson now.
Yes, sir.
We have, sir.
Well then, you must both get Harold to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre now.
It wasn't long before the engineers managed to free Harold. Thomas and Duck pulled him out of the tunnel.
I'm sorry I didn't listen to you, Thomas. This was all my fault.
It was my fault, too. I shouldn't have tricked you in the first place. Now, let's get Harold to the Search and Rescue Centre.
But how do we get to the Search and Rescue Centre without going through any tunnels?
I know a route we can take. We can go the Thomas way.
What's the Thomas way?
Let me go in front and I'll show you.
So the two engines swapped jobs. Duck checked that there was nothing too narrow for Harold to get through. And Thomas led them on a special route to the Search and Rescue Centre. It wasn't as prompt or direct, but it didn't go through any tunnels. Thomas and Duck arrived at the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre. The engineer was waiting to repair Harold.
Bye, Thomas. Bye, Duck. And thank you.
You're welcome, Harold.
You knew something, Thomas. I think there might be 3 ways of doing things.
Really?
The Great Western way, the wrong way, and the Thomas way. But the Great Western way is usually the best.